Welcome everyone to Chess TV episode 354. Today is May 6th, 2017. I'm sorry you missed Cinco de Mayo, an excellent opportunity to drink alcohol. Today we're going to play 5 games of chess at the same time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It will be as confusing for me. Did I say ladies and gentlemen? I guess I should have said gentlemen. Yeah, as it will be for you, because it's hard to keep track of 5 games, but I'm going to talk about what I'm thinking about during the games. Hopefully we'll learn a few things like don't try to play 5 games of chess at the same time. So without further ado, let's get started. Cut buttons, keys, things. Here we are at chess.org. If we go under play, we can click simultaneous exhibitions. Click that, then what happens? Loading. Then we click host a new Simul. I'm going to put a link in the chat, guys, so you guys who are scrambling to play, you're going to get a chance to do this right here, right now. We're going to play 10-second variant, 20 minutes, 10 minutes per side, but I'm going to get an extra 10 minutes. So it's going to take about a 30-minute max there. My color will be white. Only 5 of you get to play, so you got to have a fast mouse for this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Go! Let's see who gets in there. Static, Horrid Henry, Queeze, Ans Jovis, and Sparkling Moves. Oh, you guys are so quick. Now I feel bad because there's way, way more than 5 people who want to play. But I'm going to take S Tactic because he was the first one in, and Horrid Henry because he was the second one in. And you know, I would love to play with you guys, but let's throw Queeze in there. I saw the order, Ans Jovis, and the third one was... You know, the fourth one, the fifth one, the last one, I do not remember who that was. So that's lucky for all of you guys. There's 7 people in here right now, and I am going to pick one at random. Let's visit my favorite website, random.org, where I decide what to do each day. I wake up and I'm like, what should I do? Should I eat the granola or the oatmeal? Oh, I'll just visit my favorite website. Random number from 1 to 7. The answer is 3. So the Kurt Busch is the winner. Congratulations, Kurt. You're in the Simul, and all the rest of you, I am so sorry because, oh, there's a button right there. Accept random candidate. I'm a doofus. Well, we'll just start with these 5. I really wish I could play with you guys as well, but I've agreed to 5, and I always honor my commitments. That's an important thing to do as a human being. Otherwise, you don't. It's that bad. Okay, let's start with E4 in 2 of the games, and then let's start with E4. Come on, computer. Aren't you supposed to like go to the next screen for me? Yeah, let's start with E4 with 1 of the games. And then in the next game, let's start with E4. But then in the last game, we should start with F4. Yes, this is called the Birds opening. It's named after idiots. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's not actually. Let's play King's Gambit here against S Tactic. I like the King's Gambit because it's bad. It's called the Birds opening. Let's play another King's Gambit. This is so fun. So many double king pawn games. Because a grandmaster, Larry Bird, popularized it. I think, right? It's not actually for the birds, but I think it ought to be. Can I really play 3 King's Gambits? Is this going to be a King's Gambit Simul? I think it is. This is called the King's Gambit, in case you're wondering. E4, E5, the 2 pawns are sitting here like pros, and then wham, this pawn comes up. It opens up this diagonal, so it's a little bit risky, but I just love doing it. And look at that, control the center. Queeze playing definitely an unusual game with knight c6, but I like it. It's not the worst move in the world. In fact, it's one of the better ones, definitely in the top 20. Not a King's Gambit acceptances. So Queeze is our highest rated opponent here at 2100. He's actually significantly higher rated than I am. So with that in mind, I'm moving my pawn because that's one of the best kind of pieces to move. You know the saying, if in doubt, push a pawn. Horrible saying, never do it. If in doubt, resign is better than that. Okay, in this position, e5, so tempting. Just kick that knight around. If he comes in here, I can c4, d4. Look at the center I could get. Or not. Let's do it. Next position, please. I like f4. Look at the great big centers I'm getting. It's a great rule of thumb in the opening is to control the center of the board, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So this bird's opening, a little bit different, a little bit weird against Ans Jovis. I'm going to just kind of play my pieces to squares and then see what happens. Knight c6, d4. So you can see my opponents are already mixed up because of this King's Gambit. Knight c6 and knight f6 are not the best moves in those positions. But, oh, it's kind of like in a French defense, isn't it? Look at that interesting line there. So, except his bishop got to the outside. That was really smart, Queeze. Huh. I wonder if I should play g4, because then I would be moving a pawn, which, if I'm in doubt, I should do it. Yes, 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 I should do it. Oh, yes. He'll play here, and then I will have 4 pawns up like this. That's a lot. And if I get 5, I get 5 in a row, so I get an extra bonus point for that. Uh, G4 is not usually recommended because of Queen H4 check. Ouch, ouch, and then like ouch. Okay, so we're not going to play it right now. Let's play knight F3. Seems reasonable. D4, defending that pawn, opening up the diagonal against F4. See, this pawn is stuck back here. This is very different than a French defense where you get to play C5. So this is actually pretty nice for me. I don't think I want to play the pin, but I'm not sure if I do. I'm going to play here. I'm willing to trade my good bishop for your bad bishop because I am a friendly guy. D5 is a good move. Kurt Busch, I'm glad you played that move. Good way to strike back in the center. I'm going to close this up, though. I'm going to pick up the F pawn, and then we're going to get kind of a similar position to the one against the Queezer, but it's got some key differences as well. Horde Henry, you're also playing D5. Are you guys copying each other? This is crazy. I think you're crazy. Pick up that pawn, and then the knight doesn't have a great home here. So the King's Gambits worked really well for me, by the way. Simply by shaking up the opening and giving people positions that they weren't used to, they really seem to be discombobulated. Now, if I play d5, it's not a great move in terms of pawn structure because I'm no longer attacking the dark squares in the center. But when I attack this knight, where is it going to move? It can't move here or here. I would take it. Can't move here or here. That would really surprise me. He could go back to the center. So let's make that blue. He can't go here, and he could go here or here. None of those look great. So maybe I should just push that because it would embarrass him. I use that strategy in real life. I'm not going to because, oh, I'm going to. In real life, where I'm like, what should I do? I know I can embarrass somebody in the room. And it just hasn't worked very well for me. I can get out of this way. See all these pawns? All in dark squares, like, so move the bishop out of the way. Works pretty well. Castle here. Bishop takes bishop. I think I'll play bishop. Oh, he plays back. Yes, so he's embarrassed. Perfect. It doesn't work very well in life to embarrass people, but in chess, it's great. That's why I love chess. The rules are completely different than in life. It's much better, actually. I think if I kick this now, the knight can't go here or here or here or here. Similar situation to the other game. It's like it's got to go embarrassingly backward. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to play that. I'm liking that. I should probably play a little more briskly here, a little bit faster. So let's play c4 and then knight c3. Let's keep the moves flowing here. The clock is not so much time that I can just relax forever. I'm not really happy with that move. You know, kind of blocked in by the things. Could be worse, could be better, kind of a thing. Another, wow, this is like the same position in every game. Let's just keep moving my pawns. Love doing that. I need to get the rest of my pieces out. Oh, here's the real game against Dan Jovis. We've barely started this game. Bird's opening's a little bit slower. You just kind of maneuver around for a while before you prepare to fight. So we'll have a few more moves there before we do anything. I'm just going to wait and see what you do there. Horde Henry. Take. Wow, we're playing a lot of moves really fast. The positions are very similar, which kind of throws you off. This is Queez's game, though. Definitely putting some extra focus on this one. Let's play my bishop here. No, let's see. I think I'm going to take his bishop, and then if his knight takes back, I want my bishop back here. I wonder if he'll play h5, though. I do wonder that. Let's go this way with the knight. I'm thinking about g4 because the f5 square is great against a lot of my opponents right now. If I could block that off, that'd be great. Interesting position. Yes, I can speak French. Here I play this move. Ans Jovis is the best position so far. I haven't gained any material against my many opponents. Should I play my knight? I could attack his queen. Ooh. No. G4. Kind of bad move, I think. I think G4 is a mistake. Let's keep moving briskly. Keep bringing your pieces out. There's Ans Jovis again. This guy's working too hard to trade queens. Definitely working too hard. I will let you trade queens, good sir. I think. Yeah, you should not spend 2, 3 moves trying to capture the other guy's queen with yours, because at the end, you took your queen off the board too, and you spent several moves doing it. So I don't think that was a great benefit for him. So I think he's going to want to play his knight to this square, which is a great square for his knight. So I'm going to counter that by playing my knight to a square that stops him from going to that square, but also I've got the f5 location, which is pretty cool. Now, I definitely have some center power here. His pawns are kind of messed up. I'm liking my position, but it's not winning yet. It's just advantage. A lot of these positions are great, but not perfect for me. Queez moving in. That's very interesting. He's definitely taking a different approach here. But if I play Queen E2, which is developing move, do you have anything? Are you going to play the knight? That's not scary. Your bishop's being weird. I don't know why you're doing that. I guess you'll... Oh, now I've walked into a fork. This is not good. S tactic. Nice move. Hmm. I need to build up an amazing attack, so I think this would be my move. Down a piece is really bad. And that seems to be what I've done. Gotten myself down a piece. I guess I'll take this. I'm not real pleased with that. Whoa! F5. Man, I can't take this because it was already on F64. That was Queez's plan. It's definitely an interesting one. You're making me sneeze, Queez. Oh, these moves are making me sneeze. Hmm. Wow. Okay. So if a pawn comes in here, do I like that? Do I like that? It's like, I have a knife in your mouth right now. Are you comfortable? Not the most comfortable with your knife in my mouth. Could be better. There have been moments in my life when I was more comfortable than I am right now. We'll put it that way. But I don't want to. I don't want to bring that any deeper. So I'm just gonna hold tight, see what happens next. This is the position I like. Um, I'm not sure how I gain an advantage. Can I play e6 for an advantage? No, that's not going to be an advantage. Am I going to walk into another fork? You better not fork me. You can't right now, but still, it could happen at any moment. I have a tendency to get forked, if you know what I mean. Okay, he castles. Now, and now, the plan is to mess up his pawns. Look at this. If I push here, his knight has to move. Can it go here? No. Can it go here? Yes, but I mess up his pawns. Can it go here or here? No. So I will do it, and we'll see how it goes. I think he's going to have some nasty pawns after that move. I have a check. I love checking my opponents, but I think the knight block is okay for him. No, it's not. I take with knight. He's pinned. Okay, I can check him. So this is the compensation for the piece that he forked off of those 2 squares. Let's mess up those pawns. I'm starting to get a good position in that position with those pawns messed up. I think this is going to be a great move. How's he going to deal with this? He can't take it with the king. That'd be kind of illegal. He can't take it with the pawn or Shazam, he loses the rook. This could work. Ooh, S tactic. I got you back. Oh, his pawn fork is no good now. Gotta think about Queez though. This thing in my throat is not so comfortable. Hmm. He's attacking f4, which I'm not defending. I wish I weren't so tangled up. I would like to push one of these pawns, I think. I think what I'd like is to take this, let the pawn come in, and then lever off the other side. Got that rook there. That was good. Now his pawns, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawn islands. A pawn island is a group of pawns that can potentially defend each other, and you don't want that many. In fact, you don't want any because pawns are awful. No, you want fewer. Let's just pull this back so I can win this pawn. You want fewer because then your pawns can theoretically defend each other, which is better than having your pieces do that job. And so in this case, his pawns are quite weak. Let's bring my rooks into the game. How do I do that? Should I push here? Oh, I can't really benefit from that, but maybe I could by pushing again. Let's try it. Let's just push there. I've picked up the rook, and so now I'm ahead the exchange, if I remember correctly. Pick up one of his pawn islands. Oh, he should be so happy he has fewer pawn islands. That's fantastic. Kurt, you were defending this bishop. Now you're not. This is very dangerous for you. If I move here attacking your queen, and if you deal with this, you lose your queen, so you save your queen, and then wham! I don't think you're going to want this. Let's see what happens. The bishop's trade. I have to take with pawn to save this. That's disappointing. That's probably why he did it. Okay, so he's not going to get a pawn on e4. Comforting. Comforting. I see a comment in the chat. It's an insulting comment, and I feel bad, which is what happens when you read insults usually. It says, he is not even a chess master. My disguise is working. I'm actually two chess masters. Chess Master 9000 and Chess Master 10,000. Yes, I'm two computer programs. So that would be how well I'm disguised. So now I've picked up a pawn. Oh, he's got 6 pawns. I've got 7. So I just win slowly and steadily. What about this tactic? It looks pretty cool, right? So I'm attacking his knight, plus I'm discovered attacking his rook. It has some downsides, like the rook gets eaten this way. So take his rook. He takes my rook. Yeah, let's not just do that just yet. Let's play the rook back. Let's play the knight here. The bad bishop's actually quite a problem for me. His bishop is pinned to his rook here. I'll use my plan. If he comes, yeah, he can't come in anywhere here, so I'll use my plan of pushing again, see how he likes this. Yeah, he's making weaknesses for himself. That's perfect. Pinned. Got you, Kurt Busch. You're pinned. Now this is great for me again. See, now my bishop can do things, my knight can do things. I have places to go. So I will now win this game. This game's an easy win. The next game, okay, he's defending his rook, so now he can move this and cause a problem. I'll check him. That's going to cause a problem for him. Where does his king go? Sometimes it'd be nice if your king could just teleport to nowhere. That would actually be beneficial for him. There's an open file. I'll take it. Interesting game with queens for sure. See, now his king blocks his rook. Bishop. Looks good. If I could just promote this pawn, I'll win. I'll do it. Check him one more time, you think? Or should I just push right now? This is great. This is a great opportunity to learn. Guys, learn. Never mind. Apparently learning doesn't have sound effects. But I like queening this pawn. He might have trouble stopping it. Now all the downsides of e6 are gone. Only the upsides are left. So let's play it. The downsides he could take like this, which was obnoxious, taking my rook. He could also discover to attack that pawn. None of those things are true. Only good things are true, which is the way I like things to be. Let's take that. He gives up his bishop for the pawn. Mission accomplished. So now I'm owning it up on that chess position. This one, as I mentioned, though, this birds game barely started. So we're going to have to focus a lot more on this game later on. Check him one more time. Yes, this is great. Okay, so now he loses his rook. And now bird's opening. What do? I could poo like this and get more space. Why not? Why not? Do you think he'll play h5? I think maybe h5 would be a good move. Sometimes when your opponent does this kind of maneuver, it is worthwhile to stop him with that move. Not always, just sometimes. Often, sometimes is the correct amount of time in chess. Usually, in fact. So now he's trapped on the back rank. His rook is trapped out. I could skewer that anytime I want. Let's play the king out and then the rook around, I think. I think I can get through this way pretty well. He can't get through it all. Perfect. I want to bring the rook into the game because then I can checkmate him. Pin that bishop. Now it can't move. Kurt Busch is falling apart. So the games that are left here that are really important are Ans, Jovis, and Queez. You can see Queez messed up my pawn, so I'm still queasy about that. That's kind of a no-brainer, which is how I got into this problem. Is he gonna? No, my queen's covering that. I wondered if he was gonna sack a rook for a pawn so his queen could come in here and start checking me. That would be interesting. Oh, he has problems with this bishop. How does he defend that? Ooh, and I've got a great position here. I don't even have to worry about this position. If I could check on this diagonal, that'd be like checkmate. I like checkmating my opponents, so maybe I should do that. Hmm. I'll give up my g-pawn. What did he take? He only took a knight. Oh, he only took a knight. What a lame thing to take. Only a knight. It's not lame, though, because it can jump. I like to take things literally here. Let's try the g4. I don't know why you're still playing horrid, Henry, because this position is horrid for you. Now, Queez. I've got an open file right here, so I want to put all my rooks on this file. And I think that's just my next plan after I kiss my fingers here. Yes, that's what I want to do. He has this square that he could use for a bishop or a knight. So if I play rook up here, he could kind of make me annoyed with that move. But if I play rook here, he could definitely make me annoyed with that move. In fact, that'd be even more annoying. So let's do this one. I don't know what he's been doing with these pawns. That's been kind of weird, Queez. Surprised you're not doing anything more useful with those. As Tactic resigns, Chess Whiz 1-0, 1-0 on the Simul. 5-game Simul here. Defend the pawn and then check and promote. It's pretty simple here. He takes the g-pawn. Did expect that. I think knight attacking rook while threatening this check seems cool. No reason not to. Oh, he is so tied up. I actually don't recommend playing like that. When you're ahead a little bit, like I won that bishop on f5, you should play simply and calmly. And by allowing his rook into d2, you're creating more complexity. There's no need to do that when you're winning. So I wouldn't recommend making the board complex in a position like that. You can keep it simple. I'm thinking about bishop e5. But I don't really think I get any benefit from that. Yes, I trade my bishop, which I invested 2 moves into. For a bishop, he invested 1 move into. So that's like not a great trade. The question is, what am I trying to do in this position? Am I trying to play c4? Am I trying to play e4? Am I trying to play d4? Am I trying to play f5? I guess I don't even know what I'm trying to do. I think I'm trying to checkmate my opponent. If I could make him capture here, these 2 pawns would be awful. So e4 is a good play. Plus, I'm threatening e5, which is a fork. So e4, he has 3 attackers. Whoops, something like that. I have 3 defenders. I think this would be a good move right here. Take, take. I've got everything defended. Oh no, my f-pawn. Oh, okay. So I don't want to lose my f-pawn. What's happening on my watch here? Suppick is following me on Twitch. Great. Thanks so much, Suppick. If you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button. Not all videos are this boring. Just the Chess Whiz ones. I wonder if I could play f5. I wonder if I should play my knight out here. It's not doing anything. Yeah. My knight's not doing anything. I should make it dim. Move it to the rim. Yeah. Check. And then I've got this. Okay, my opponent's definitely struggling here. I mean, he's moved his rook where my bishop can take it, because that was his idea of the best thing to do. If I check him, and he has to play king up, and then I check him, his knight is pinned, and he has to play king up here, man, you are in danger zone. I think this will be fun. For me. Not so fun for him, but that's okay, because I'm not him. There we go, check and promote. Knight d8, moving back, preparing c5. I've got a lot of attackers on c5. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe a 5th if I bring this in. He's got 1, 2 defenders. He's not playing c5. I get to double up my rooks right now. Perfect. Yeah, this is good now. Because capturing this way, as long as he doesn't get this move played, which he'll want to, so that's interesting, then I will be keeping his pawns messed up. I think I could prevent... Why is this guy still playing chess? I don't even know if I should call it chess. I think I can prevent e5 with this move. And at that point, this is a backward pawn that's a target and a weakness for him. And I think that's good for me. So I like knight f3 here. e4 would be great to play, but I wonder if I would still lose this pawn. That'd be too bad. Yes, it would. Be very bad. f5 not really an option here, unless I'm going to go crazy attack, but I'm not going to do that. No, he has three. He has three attackers. Three attackers on e5. So, no, I have three defenders. Three attackers. He has three. 3-3. I can't win a pawn. So he could actually still push after knight f3. So I play knight f3. He could push. And then take. No, my pieces are not very valuable. Like pawn, knight, and bishop. His are so valuable. He wouldn't want to do that. Push. Take. He would have a queen, a knight, and a rook left. I have a queen, a rook, and a rook. Yeah, he can't push. That's great for me. I don't want him to be able to push, so this is worthwhile. This is good. Oh, is that checkmate? Good game, Howard Henry. That's 2-0 for the Wiz. Excellent, excellent. Oh, nice maneuver there. Very nice. I think there's downsides to your play. I feel like there's maybe a downside to your play here. Something about checkmate. Okay, he's bringing in a third defender to the c5 square, but I have a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers, so I don't think c5 is going to happen. So the question here is, how can I bring in more firepower? All my pieces are doing something, but how can I do more with my pieces? It's a critical moment because he hasn't castled yet and he really wants to. So he's like 2 moves behind doing what he wants to do. His knight is not in the great place. His king's not in a great place. His rook not in a great place. All my pieces are in great places. So if I wait around and don't do much, we'll both be in great places, which isn't great. So what can I do? How can I be threatening and scary? Maybe rook up and make Anakin's gun. Oh, yeah. Yeah, rook, queen. Then he would trap my rook. If I let rook up, he'll just trap my rook. Okay, maybe I won't do that. The knight's not doing too much. Maybe I could like put it over here. What do you think? It's kind of slow, but kind of cool. Then I could go this way and this way. Wow, what a shape you could make, Chezwiz. It's like a square. Hmm. I actually do kind of like that move. I'd like to do something with the bishop, but I can't. I mean, I could not do anything with the bishop. If I play my queen back, I would lose this pawn. If I defend the pawn, the bishop gets way worse. But if I play my knight to here, then I'm doing nothing with it. Nothing. It still isn't doing much over there. No, I don't think that's a great plan. I think I need to find a different plan. Maybe this way. I have a lot more space than he does. So if I open up the position, I'm actually at a loss as to what the best plan might be here. I have an advantage as my pieces are more active and I have more space. However, I do have double pawns, so if I just sit around and he untangles himself, then I won't be winning. Let's play for that. Let's see what happens. He might play h5 right away, but I don't think he'll want to. Okay. Can I play e4? No, my f-pawn is always hanging. So where can I improve the location of a piece here? I could put my queen here. And then I could put my bishop here and he'd be like, no, he's attacking my pawn with 2 pieces. This is another game where I'm not sure how to improve the position of my pieces. I think I'll play my rook to a center file. It's a good idea, but then I don't know what I'm going to do. He castles. You know, this might not be great. Maybe I should play the bishop like this. I'll move my king. I don't know what to do, man. Queez has got me quoes. Push, take. Take. It's still good for me because I've got minor pieces. So he might be playing this move next, at which point I have to deal with the fact that he's going to want to push his pawn. I'm going to deal with that fact by blocking it with my knight. Whoa. Okay, so now you lose your queen, which I'll do. He avoided checkmate for now. He is playing for this push, guys. We have to stop him from playing e5. So we're doing that with knight e5. This is working great, actually. Quee's doing a little maneuvering here. That's the problem. His pieces can do things. 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers now on c5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm still outgunning him significantly on that. So I don't know what he's going to do next. Maybe c6 and then continue to maneuver. I don't know. This squeeze is putting the squeeze on me. I'm going to play my bishop to h2. It's crazy. I know. Now can I play e4? How can I benefit from that? Yeah. I'm going to try not to clear my nasal passages in your ear. What about this move? I could get some threats that way. What I like about this, I'm running a little lower on time, but not as low as Ants Jovis. I did take extra time on the clock. If you noticed, this game started where I had 20 minutes and he had 10. So everyone's lower on time than I am. It's just not fair. But I am playing 5 games in one, so that's not fair either. This game, though, we should not be still playing. I really don't think my opponent has much he can do. I've got a queen. I'm ahead of queen. That's a lot. A queen is a lot. Like if you were to say, how much is a queen? I think a lot would be a fair answer. Is he going to push this? Oh no. He took my pawn. What am I going to do? The knight will come here. And he's trapped. No, I lost it. He's not trapped at all. How did I miss that? I've been counting defenders all day, and somehow I didn't have enough defenders. Why didn't he take that last turn? Oh, because I had the battery coming down here. Really? Is that a good reason? I mean, when I played 95, couldn't he just take at this point? Take? Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why it just jumped to a new game. This has me concerned. And I'm in check. That has me concerned too. Oh no, two concerns. Two concerns. What do I do? I know. I'll use this patented product called Kleenex. That will solve my problems. And then I'll click this button right. Okay, we've solved half the problems. The only problems left are on the chessboard, so that's good. Trade bishops. This is falling apart. I'm down a pawn now. It's just queens and rooks. I'm down a pawn, but it is doubled. Uh, uh, uh. Um, G5. It gets me nowhere. It literally gets me nowhere. I end up nowhere after I do that. I have to be careful that bishop g3 doesn't trap my queen, though. That would be embarrassing. So I guess I'll trade bishops. That will prevent that one embarrassment. Queens pushes? How do you have enough defenders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. You somehow overcame all of my things. I will just move. At this point, I will move my things and see how it goes. I let my advantage slip away. I feel like in both positions, both against Ans Jovis and Quees, I'm no longer winning like I used to be. I have to play a little bit carefully here. I'm only ahead of Queen, so yeah, you got to be careful. At this point, I'll push here. Important move so that he doesn't play there and hurt me. It's not my turn anywhere, so that's why it's pausing for a moment. Let's throw the... That's attack pin pieces, I think. Uh, I was too sloppy here. Bring a piece in with check. Saving the queen. Down a pawn. Not a great position for me. Kind of maneuver a little bit. See how it goes. Push again. Queezing me. What a name. Definitely feel quos here. So if I push this, take. Would he take? I think he would take. I think he would take. And then we just trade everything. I feel like I want to do that. This pawn situation is pretty good for him right now because his bishop is on the opposite color, so it's a good bishop. My bishop is a bad bishop, blocked by all these pawns. Not only that, but if he gets transitioned to this file, this is a big target because if I can't push it, which, maybe I can right now, but if I can't because of these two pawns binding on this square, then I'm a sitting duck. So what if I push it right now? This is the best time to do it before he gets his attack set up. So I'm going to play it right now before it's too late and untangle that position. He had a great pawn shape there against me, and I didn't want to permit that. This looks good. Interesting move. He's pinned all over the place. I will take that. That would let my rook get trapped, so maybe this move. Thought I solved these problems. He's going to be ahead of rook. I think it's going to be a draw here. A pawn. I mean a pawn. Did I say a rook? I meant a pawn. I will trade queens with you, and I will offer you a draw, Jovis. I will offer you a draw. Not you, Kurtz. You don't get a draw. You know how life is. The people who need things don't get them. And the people who don't need them. Have you ever been to the bank to get a loan? You're like, bank, I need to borrow money. And they're like, well, then you can't. Oh, do you not really need money right now? Okay, you can borrow money. That's the way life works. I don't think I should open up a file. Have to get these two pieces developed. Not sure what I'm doing here. Yeah, okay, I'm happy to trade. Actually, his rooks were better positioned than mine because they could quickly transition to a new file. Whoa, Queeze, that was cool. If only I were you right now, I would feel great. This is a cool looking move. The pawn is not defended by any pawn, so it is kind of a target in here. But on the other hand, it's pretty far advanced. So how can I put enough attackers on it that it just starts sweating? The knight can't move here, 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 or here. So I will move here, solve that problem. What's the next problem here? I'm going to offer you a draw, and I'm going to take this, and then get my rook to the open file over here. Down a pawn, but I think very likely that that would be a draw. I'll just check you. Nah. Why don't you just lose already? I'm ahead of queen, man. I'm ahead of queen. I could just take this. And then I'll be ahead of rook. No, I'll only be ahead of knight. Okay, I won't trade my queen for a rook. I'll go here. Good thing there's a little time added each move. I'll capture this way. I'm willing to do that. Bring my knight around so it can attack this pawn. Running low on time everywhere. This is where Chess messes up. Gaining some time though. This is tough. I think I can attack some cool stuff this way. Happy to trade. Yep, that's a good move. Oh, does it actually win material? Whoa, Queeze! You totally turned this around here on the Queeze side. If I move the rook, I lose this rook. Why didn't I protect that rook? Doofus. Pass, Cheswiz, you're a doofus. Hello, Bunikik. Thank you for joining. This is my best loss now, I think. Good play, Queez. Finally get my pieces out here. Down the exchange here against Queez. I guess I'll repeat the position so that I can have a draw against Ens Jovis. This move looks cool. Having this open file is good. Man, you lost 2 rooks to for a queen. You're way behind now, Kurtz, whatever your name is. I can never get that name straight. Good play. Good play. This was not a good plan. Putting my bishop there, it didn't do anything. The plan to do that and then play g4 was simply too slow, and he did have progress he could make on the queen side. So I was shifting my pieces to the king side. Meanwhile, he was going to the queen side, and he was quicker and better. So that didn't turn out great for me. It turned out badly for me. Cool story. Okay, why are you still playing, Kurt? Are you just trying to hope I run out of time? I won't. There's an increment. Ah, yeah, I have to give this game up. I can't win. I can only lose. That's not as good as winning. In fact, it's strictly worse. I've never lost and been like, yes, this is so good. I'm so glad I didn't win. That never happens to me. I think I'm gonna have to resign that game, Queez. But I'm not resigning this one. Yes, I think Queez is the only winner of this Simul. I'm going to resign. Good game, Queez. Virtual handshake and congratulations. Great play there on the queen side. I felt like I had an advantage in the middle game, but the way you came through on the queen side and played c5 was very good. I had 6 defenders on there, and when I blinked, you had more than I did. That was amazing. Good play. I'll just make another queen since I don't have enough queens. This is good for me actually now. I can play this move and I'm attacking that and I'm threatening a skewer. Should I take first though? Because if he just plays his king over, my rook has to move and it has to leave. So let's take first and then suddenly play this move, which attacks 2 things at once, the pawn and the skewer. So this could actually maybe get me an advantage in that position. Glad we didn't stick around with that draw. Oh, he can defend it with his king. What are you doing? Kurt, you just trying to keep me distracted here? I don't think it's worth any of our times, yours or mine. I want to see the other game. This is dumb. Being ahead of queen just isn't very much. Good thing I'm ahead more than that. Yeah, that's the move. Check. No, I don't want to trade queen, trade rooks. That's the one thing I don't want to do. In a rook endgame, it's very drawish. Let's go here. See, I can now attack a pawn that he can't defend by getting behind it. So I think the right one is this one. Because he can't defend it. How many checks can a wood check make? This is kind of silly. One more check is checkmate. Checkmate, Kurt Busch, game 3, win for Chesswiz. Well, that was win 3 anyway. 4 games down, 1 to go. Chesswiz wins 3 and loses 1 against Queez. And our final game here looks like a draw, but let's see what happens. Take. I pick up this pawn, and he does have a pawn that's pretty far advanced, so we have to watch out that he doesn't promote it. I think if he plays his rook here, you know, he's cutting my king off from stopping that. So I'm going to play this first, and then because I'm attacking this, but it's pretty scary. This could get interesting here. I think I should play my... No, I really want extra pawns. It's really valuable to have extra pawns. So now I'm going to get my king behind here. The rook is going to have to come behind, which is just in time to prevent evil moves by my opponent. Now, interesting choice between stopping the pawn from advancing and not. If I play king g2 right now and he plays over, he's threatening this check, which I can't really stop. I could play up here, so I'm going to come to the back first. It's very important for the rook to be behind. Rooks should always be behind things, whether it's pawns or um, female rooks. They should stay behind because from there they get a lot of space. A lot of space as the pawn begins to promote. So he has his rook in the right place behind this pawn because when it gets down here, he can move a lot of different areas. He can do a lot of different things. But I want my rook behind also. So I'm going to try to check him, control these files. Whatever file he's not on, that's where I'm going to be to try to keep him from promoting. Meanwhile, I do have a counterattack here. Plus, I have a pawn majority in this area. So I actually have chances to win this game as well. It is not over. I think he'll push. I move under. He wants to play this, but that would drop the pawn, so he plays this. Oh no! No, I should not have allowed this. He can now come in on either side and come down and checkmate me. Which I don't like to be checkmated, so that's not good. I thought I could protect myself like this, but it's not quick enough. I also need to be here, which is not where I am. So I'm doomed. Too bad. I don't like to be doomed. Oh, I'm not doomed. I can check him. As soon as he moves over, I can check him like this. So let's just push the pawn and hope I'm not doomed. Either file I take, he just takes the other one, so there's no point in even trying. So let's just wait and see how he tries to stab me. If he goes this direction, I just check him. If he goes this direction, I just check him, and I hope for the best. Let's calculate instead of hope. This is good. Okay, so he moves over, I check him. If he moves this direction, he blocks this. Oh, he's just playing chess instead. He's just playing chess. Maybe I should play chess. Yeah, I'll use all my pawns. Maybe I shouldn't have. What was my last move? Like b4? A little slow. Maybe I should have pushed. I don't know. I wanted to find a way to not lose this pawn, but maybe there wasn't a way. So this would really get exciting if I pushed here next. If he takes and then I push here, because I've got two connected pass pawns. Meanwhile, he's going to capture this pawn and have two connected pass pawns plus this pawn. Very exciting ending. I actually kind of like doing that. Push, take, push, he moves here. Push, he moves here. Okay, he would stop those and these would be very deadly. So I don't think that would be best. My only alternative is to capture, which is what I'll play. I'm going for the draw again. He might win this. Yes, I think he will win this. That's bad. This pawn will be traded for this pawn. And then he will have this shape, which is a winning shape. Just trust me. No, I could trade this pawn for this pawn, and then it's a losing shape, which I mean is drawing. This is good. This is not bad. It's good. Okay, so I attack this pawn, right? Yes. Yes! Okay, I'm going to draw this game. Why is this so difficult for me to see? I'm threatening to queen, so he has to take this. He has to, and then I can take this with check and easily draw. Okay, so if I traded this pawn for this pawn, he would actually have the win. If you're trying to promote a pawn, there's rooks on the board like this, and your king is able to get in front of the queening square like that, then you can win that game using two different techniques. Either one will win. However, if the enemy king is in front of the pawn, in this case, then you can't. So if you're trying to stop, the opponent, make sure your king is in the area of the queening square, and in that case, I want to get rid of this pawn because his king was already in that area, and now I draw the game. Now I'm going to offer a draw. So the final score was 3 wins for the Wiz, 1 draw against Ansjova's good game, and 1 loss to the Quiz. Great game. Wow. Great set of 5 games there. Definitely enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely click the subscribe button in the corner that subscribes to Chess with TV. Not every episode, like I said, is so slow like this. Sometimes they're very fast. Sometimes they're very fast and sometimes they're slow. And sometimes they're not slow or fast. That's the way life goes sometimes. Thanks for watching. I definitely enjoyed having you. I'll see you next time. This has been Chess with TV. Thanks for watching.